All right, we are live on YouTube and Instagram. We're going to be going over, welcome everyone who's just now joining. Welcome everybody. We're live on YouTube and Instagram. We're going to be covering TikTok strategies for Q4. The holidays are fast approaching. Q4 is one of the busiest seasons for e-commerce specifically. Welcome everyone. Hi, Thomas Pally. Good to see you. Absolutely. Pavi, hello. Welcome, everybody. What's poppin', Chase? What's going on? Okay. Welcome, everybody, to the live. We're going to be covering Q4 strategies. That is quarter four of this year. It's the biggest quarter for advertising spend specifically. Lots of stuff happens. Lots of advertisers jump on. It's very competitive. So you got to have your offer in advance. And these are the strategies we're going to be covering. Hi, Jessica. Welcome, everybody. We got a lot of people tuning in on the live. Like your positive message on your hat. Absolutely. Definitely have a nice day. Welcome, everyone. Cool. So if you have any Q4 questions around offers, planning, strategy, how to create TikTok ads, what's going to work this season, we have Thanksgiving coming up, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's Day. There's lots of different holidays that are coming up, so you're going to want to make sure you have your campaigns adjusted. Chase, what's your favorite niche? Every niche is great. We've seen incredible results from all kinds of different niches, like literally from anything selling glue, believe it or not. Yes, selling glue, all the way to, being in the fun niches, whether it's selling cars or any niche you can think of, we've definitely ran ads in. My niche is not working. I don't know where to start. It definitely depends on your product, your offer. That's definitely going to help you with whatever niche you're in for sure. Your branding's going to play a big role. The community you try to build through it. How to start SMMA. I just started with custom websites. Yeah, if you're starting out in social media marketing, definitely try to focus on just a few platforms, maybe Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok, and just really choose one or two platforms to double down on. Reach out to clients online. Welcome, everyone. The topic of today's call is quarter four, e-commerce, how to increase sales for the holidays, the strategies behind it. TikTok just released their all of the data they have for last year's quarter four just recently in the last week, going over what the holiday is going to look like and what to expect in terms of results. Now's the time to start planning all of that out. What is the lowest ad spend your agency will accept for TikTok ad management? Yeah, definitely depends on a couple of factors, but most of the brands coming in are spending at least a minimum around $5,000 a month on TikTok ads. Orthopedic slides targeted for French-speaking Canada, going to work or not? If you want to clarify that question, that'd be great. Is Q4 a bad time for new brand or to look up ad spend? If you're very new, Q4 could be a great opportunity, especially if you establish yourself with a solid offer. You could really capture a lot of individuals on TikTok specifically very quickly this quarter four, especially because 1 out of every 2 people on TikTok have discovered a new brand before. So TikTok did a survey and literally 50% of all of the people have discovered a new product that they say they would buy. So right now is actually a great time to start doing it. And if you really solidify, a consistent offer that you can scale, you're going to gain a huge wave of customers, and then you can have returning customers coming back over and over again from that. Welcome, everyone. Where can you find that data? Yeah, if you're a TikTok advertiser or an agency partner, TikTok sends out these case studies and information. But if you look up like TikTok's holiday playbook, you can probably find some information on it. Will ad costs go up on TikTok? Yeah, and you're probably going to see ad costs go up on every platform because there's going to be a lot more ad spend come up. Every year, this always happens. You see a big rise in spend towards the later half of the year because everybody's holiday shopping. They're buying a few weeks in advance. People don't buy the same day of the holiday. Usually they're buying a couple weeks out. It's very common to do so. And people like to, budget themselves for all of the spending they're going to be doing. So they start really, spending here in the next month. You'll start to see the spend start to really rise. But that doesn't go without saying. You can get really good results and see no rise in costs and actually see better results, if not, way less cost per result in terms of your purchases if you really understand how to make an offer that appeals widely. And this will directly lower your CPMs. You can be very competitive. If you see a rise in your cost per purchase, if you see a rise in your CPM, if you see a rise in your cost per click, it's because you're not as competitive as the other advertisers on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram. Anytime you want to directly affect those metrics itself, it's going to come down to how well you can communicate through your creative, the brand connection, and ultimately the biggest factor being the offer itself. And that might sound like a generic word, so we could break down what offer means. That could mean free shipping. Right now, free shipping could be, a competitive offer. 20% off could be a competitive offer. Going into Q4, a competitive offer is more like, buy one, get one, up to 50 to 60% off. Or you do a multiple day sale or a month long sale where it's like all items are off, this percent, or you do a specific collection is off this week, then it's a different collection the next week. And you always have specific campaigns you're running for the holidays that are very competitive. And it's going to make it to where you can be able to actually get really good results. Welcome everybody who's just now tuning into the live. By the way, we just dropped a new YouTube video. If you haven't watched it, definitely make sure to do so. We help scale a student to 250,000 per quarter. And this quarter is going to be the biggest one for them. How do TikTok ads perform on Facebook? Better than normal Facebook ads? Absolutely. So TikTok ads are great in combination with Facebook, especially if you're migrating the creatives from TikTok over to Facebook specifically. We see really good results taking TikTok videos, putting them on Facebook. They have a longer life cycle. It's raw content. You're delivering now to Instagram Reels. You're delivering to the actual stories placement. So you're able to take one piece of creative and use it in multiple different platforms and see really solid results. And it's great to pair it up with like image ads and retargeting because you can gain a lot of people through the actual reel format videos and then retarget them with carousels and images to get them to convert because it's more direct ads. What is the minimum you need to spend on TikTok ads to see results? Yeah, you're going to have to spend a minimum of $20 per ad set. That is what TikTok requires. But ultimately, to see results, we'd recommend like $20, $40, and $60 on 3 different ad sets to begin with. So that's about $120 per day to start. And you should be able to see results within the first 7 days. If you don't, then you definitely need to adjust your campaigns, audiences, creatives, look at your landing page, and try to find out where the problem is really lying here. Welcome, everyone who's just now joining. We're live. What's up, Chase? MJ Ecom. Have you used TikTok ads for course sales? Absolutely. We're doing it right now. We're running TikTok ads. We're spending just as much on TikTok as we are on Facebook. And yes, it definitely is a great place to get leads. And lots of people discover us there. And the comments are very authentic. You can actually see that people are engaging with the ad. And it's just not a falsified metric. These people are real for sure. Awesome. Thanks. Absolutely. How much of a budget should we have for conversions? Yeah, same thing. About 120 daily if you're splitting that across 3 audiences. If you are getting good delivery, then you can do 20 across each ad group in TikTok and then scale it up from there. Dre TV, good info, Chase. Thank you. Absolutely. Welcome, everyone who's just now tuning in. Do you use Google Analytics to see where in the funnel customer leaves? We're not really tapping into Google Analytics specifically. We're more looking at our own analytics from our actual UTMs and our own tracking that we've put together on the back end in our CRMs, as well as our clients. Same thing there. What is the minimum you need to spend on TikTok? Yep, we just answered that one. We are live on YouTube as well. By the way, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in. It's okay to start with one creative on TikTok. I would start with more than one creative. At least 2 would be good. If you test more than that, you're definitely going to need to spend more. So 2 creatives each ad group for sure to start. When starting a new account, do you just focus on testing 10 creatives with a broad no interest? For Facebook, that would even still be a little bit high. Facebook's like 5. TikTok is definitely 2 to 5 at most. If you're doing 10 plus creatives on broad interest, you're going to need to be spending a lot more ad spend. Like when we're spending $300K a month on campaigns, we do 20 new creatives per week, as high as 60 new creatives a week at that point, whenever you're spending $10,000 to $30,000 per day. So the more creatives you test, the more you need to split out your audiences and to really get that testing refined. Welcome, everyone who's just now tuning in. We're going over Q4. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, gifts, holiday gifts. That's a good way to position your creative. being able to get people to buy items for family members, buy them for friends. That is a great strategy if you include these things. What is a good conversion rate for e-commerce retail? Definitely depends on your industry. Shopify provides analytics for that. Also, you can Google and see what conversion rates uh, look like per industry, what the benchmarks are. For lead generation on TikTok, you're definitely going to want to focus in on your offers there as well. Be holiday themed for sure. Make sure you have your CRM, Zapier connections going, so that way you're importing this information. Same thing for if you're on the e-commerce side. You want to make sure that you know what style of format creatives you're going to use. Are you going to include holiday themed posts? These are the things you got to pay attention to. Halloween's coming up, and you want to incorporate this stuff and make sure that throughout your video people recognize that it is for the holiday and it is a limited time offer. What is a good click-through rate? We've seen click-through rates as high as 7% on TikTok. Most people fall within 1 to 2%. If you're under 1%, you can still get conversions. It's likely just due to not having a solid enough hook, or you're just not clarifying where to buy or generating enough interest based off your actual offer in the video. Hi, I bought your course. It's great. I'm a little worried about spending that much. How do I grow? Yeah, so spending $120 is like not the minimum. That's a good starting point to test for getting actual ads to convert and actually get enough data. But you can start as low as $20 per ad set and still see results. Yeah, and if you're an online yoga teacher training and sell organically, that's awesome. You should definitely double down on organic videos. That is a huge market to tap into for sure. Did you decide on a home for content? We have not decided on a home for content. In DFW, there's a lot of homes on like inventory available, but they're not content houses per se. We're looking for a very specific style of home in a very specific area because we want to be near the airport. We want people to be able to have easy access to the content house when we have celebrities, influencers come over for podcasts, when we're doing collaborations on the YouTube channel. We want to be able to make it easy enough for the guests to be able to get there. We also want to make sure that we're not going to be disturbing any neighbors whenever we host a YouTube event at the actual house where we have a bunch of YouTubers over, because we definitely don't want to disturb anyone. So we got to make sure the home is definitely in a good area, can actually accommodate, upwards of 700 people if we have an event of that size, and be able to, understand the logistics of all that. So we're definitely keeping on the hunt right now. We're looking at more houses this Sunday, but we're going to keep you updated on the process. We don't have to officially make a decision until March. So we're definitely taking our time and making sure we do the best decision possible with this. But we'll probably release some YouTube videos on this progress as well. I know a lot of people really like that series. I went on TikTok Manager and it said minimum was 50. So minimum ad spend for each ad group is 20. If it's saying 50, then that could be a different objective, but they might be recommending that to you as well. Is there a minimum budget per creative within an ad set? I wouldn't worry about that. Some creatives are going to perform better than others. TikTok's going to decide for you where to put that money. If you really want to get a creative to spend, even though it's not, then you could put it in its own audience to see if it works. But most of the time, the system is smart enough to know which one's going to end up converting. Michael said, Metra, hey Chase, I drop ship and finding winning products with offers and creatives. What are the great metrics on the ads? But as I scale up, I watch the CPA fall off from like 4% to 0.2%. Yeah, that's because there's still you're still gathering data. So there's going to be fluctuations in your results. It's not like you've already averaged out your numbers yet and you fully know what you should always be hitting. So you're definitely going to be seeing spikes and increases. TikTok has stated that 7 days is the life cycle of a creative, and they know this too. If your creatives run longer than 7 days, you're actually missing out on an opportunity if you're not providing enough creatives. Most brands and businesses are not seeing enough creatives. We still see this with clients too. Like they're just not producing enough creative content. You need a high velocity of creatives coming in on a weekly basis. And it's the hardest thing for a lot of brands to do because they don't realize how much you truly need. And it is a hard thing to actually be able to achieve and be able to pump out enough creatives on a weekly basis, especially because so many of us are used to Facebook launching a creative maybe once a month at the earliest. We've had creatives on Facebook last as long as 2 years in some cases. So it's definitely going to take some adjustments to understand that you got to be pumping new creative content every week for it to refresh. And this is a high recommendation that TikTok is recommending for people to do come Q4 for the holidays, because it is going to be a competitive landscape, and the people who are producing the most creative content during that period are definitely going to have the most success. And you definitely don't want to scale up your budget by more than 30%. on TikTok, if you're doubling your budgets by, from 100 to 200, or you're taking $100 daily budget and taking it to 1,000, and people are seeing drop off, that is because you don't want to scale up that quickly. You want to slowly scale into your budget. Your creative can get overwhelmed very quickly. You don't want to scale any more than 30, 20% at most. And avoid like modifying your audience after you create it. Once it's launched, let it run for a few days. Don't change it every day. And you're definitely not going to be able to make a decision within 2 days of results. You got to give it longer time than that. Thank you, Chase. Appreciate you. Absolutely. Do you prefer one product or multiple products? How's it been for you? Absolutely. Yes. I mean, like for our clients, multiple products is always great. One product can be very scalable, but if you have, multiple products, you can have one product you're scaling, upsell, cross sell. That's going to add into your AOVs. That's going to increase your conversion rates. That's going to make it more profitable. The biggest brands understand they have to have collections. They have to do new drops. They have to release new complementary products to expand their brand. And if that's your goal to, maximize overall growth, revenue, and, actual return on investment, then you would want to have multiple products that are correlated with one another. Or if you're expanding and want to introduce new products that are unrelated, but your audience likes, that's great too. But you can also have a lot of success with a one product store. Stay focused, stay linear, scale that as much as possible, and then decide later down the road if you want to introduce a product. Both strategies are definitely effective. Hello from Indonesia. Awesome. Welcome. I wish I hadn't gotten here so late. You definitely can still watch this video. It's going to be recorded and posted to YouTube. You can watch the live after for sure. Welcome, everyone who's just now tuning in. I'd love to see you do a live with Savannah Sanchez. She's all about creative testing on TikTok. She actually has an agency that produces creatives. Awesome. Yeah, we're definitely looking to do more collabs with other YouTubers and TikTokers in this space for sure. That is on our scope and plans coming up. How big is a max you should really run a conversion ad? Like, is $997 or $1,500 too much? No, I mean, we see high ticket offers work all the time on TikTok. You could sell, $10, $15, $20,000 offers through TikTok, and people are doing it pretty consistently because if you're generating, booked calls, if you're having people come through your actual funnel because you're paying a very low cost per lead, and then your email sequence and the other marketing activities and information and value you're providing elsewhere is helping with the actual customer journey. If your CPMs are high, what does that mean? CPMs are the cost per impression. So that's the cost per 1,000 impressions on TikTok. If you have a high CPM, there's usually about 10 factors that play into it. One, your audience could be too small. Second, you could be targeting a very competitive audience. The third could be your creative doesn't resonate with, maybe 80% of the people out of that 1,000 don't resonate with it. So the more TikTok releases it, the more they just raise your CPMs because now you're having to pay a premium to push it out to people on TikTok because less and less people watch the video. If people are watching your video in full and people are buying and they're converting and they're clicking through, TikTok's going to take that as a great sign. It means that your creative is resonating with people. So therefore, they're going to drop your CPMs. We have somebody achieving a 70-cent CPM. That's less than $1 CPMs. And it is possible, but they have their offer down. They understand their audience. They're refreshing creatives on the regular. And they're definitely highlighting all of the unique benefits on why somebody should actually buy. And they're keeping it fresh and new. And the videos are definitely TikTok related. So it looks like it fits in on the feed. And this is really great because they have the text throughout the video, it has the right music, and it definitely fits the vibe of the TikTok platform. So therefore, they're able to get a really low CPM. If your CPMs are high, it means that you have more opportunity to work on the creative. And if you actually go to TikTok Ad Manager, you go to the analytics and you click on like creative reporting, it'll break down for you the percentiles that you're in. You could be in the top 25% of conversions, but then on the actual views or engagement, you could be in the top 50%, which isn't that great. You want to inch your way towards the top. We have clients in the top 1%. We have clients in the top 25%. It just shows you by breakdown, is it your video? Is it your actual audience? What is it making your video convert and what's working for your video? So that way you can retain learnings and actually have insights on what to make for adjustments. Jay Sneak said, that is the plan. You are the man. Absolutely. Awesome. Do you believe your brand would ever be this successful? And what are your future goals for your company? Did you believe your brand would ever be this successful? So Definitely from the get-go, we always had a vision for where we wanted to go. We knew that it would take a little bit of time, and so we've just been chipping away at it day by day. I wouldn't say it's hard to define success for sure, but for our future goals, we're definitely looking to move into a content house, start doing collaborations, work with other creators, get more people involved in what we're doing. We're expanding right now. We're hiring for the software side of the business, Surge.io. We're also expanding our training where we're bringing on additional coaches. Same thing for our agency for media buyers. So we are definitely expanding and looking for more ways that we can provide more value to everyone. We're increasing our customer service so that way more people have access to people on our team to ask questions. So absolutely, the future is going to be very bright, and we're going to be expanding the horizon of videos that we're definitely doing for content as well. It's a lot of exciting stuff. So definitely make sure to subscribe and follow all of the social media channels if you haven't already. Can you do a case study video of this company? Yeah, we have lots of case study videos. And actually, we just did a case study video with Easy LA. If you go to my YouTube channel and watch that video, it's a case study of how he literally got to 250,000. So definitely check that out. You should target, okay, so this is somebody responding to somebody else. You should target a specific niche if you want an actual chance in the clothing industry. Absolutely. On TikTok ads, is it okay to do all automatic setup, or do I need to go very targeted? You can definitely do automatic targeting. We've seen that work. Broad targeting, we've seen that work. Letting the algorithm do its work. But you can also go very specific and test that as well. So definitely try both. When you go specific, you run the risk of the audience either dying out entirely, not because the audience is locked, but because, like, let's say you target a hashtag with 1 million people in it. If nobody else is using that hashtag, or the hashtag isn't like a popular one anymore, the audience size will shrink dramatically. And because TikTok audiences move so quickly, you can have large fluctuations in audiences. Or if somebody miss hashtags their video and it gets like 20 million views, then it's like, if you're targeting one of those hashtags that was once specific, now it's a broad one with like people that aren't even interested. So you got to be careful there and pay attention to that. See, I've heard a lot about this, but I just don't understand how I go about finding my niche. All right. That's people in the... Welcome, everyone who's just now joining as well. Do you sell a course? Yes, we do. We have a TikTok ads mastery course. We have a Facebook ads mastery course. If you go to the link on my Instagram, you can find it there. Or if you go to chappell.com/shop, you can find the courses there. Welcome, everyone. We're going to be taking a few more questions. Q4, TikTok organic ads, TikTok organic or ads? Yeah, both. Definitely a combination of both is most important. We're seeing incredible results on the TikTok organic side for brands who understand how to make organic videos. We actually had somebody just recently do 5 million views in a single day, 38,000 email opt-ins. They haven't even sold their product yet, but these are like people registering to pre-order for their product. And this has happened multiple times. We've seen lists be built up to 80,000 SMS lists before a product launched. And then when it launched, they did 360K in a single month. And we've seen other people do a product launch, do 120K in a single month. And then the following month, they did 200K. So this brand is literally about to release their product. They're going to do some wild numbers. And this was all from organic videos. And they paid attention to the style of videos that we've been talking about, the hooks, what to say throughout the video, the music, the drops, and how the beat actually goes with the video. And that's allowing them to be able to get incredible views. The very first video they posted nearly did 5 million views. Then the next video did a few million. Then the next video did 1 million. So they definitely, have been paying attention, watching the content, mastered it, and then launched their actual creatives. And now they're going to be reaping the benefits of so. I tried making content, but it doesn't seem to work that smoothly. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of variables, and it can sound simpler than it is. And the biggest thing to do is study people in your space, study content that's working. Try to understand why the video is actually going viral. Look at the comments. Lots of times people will reveal why they're engaging with the video. Did they do this from being in your mentorship? Absolutely, yes. So lots of people in our mentorship get one-on-one attention. They're able to 10 calls. We get on a call with them. We walk them through specifically on their account what to do. So the mentorship is super valuable, and the results are absolutely incredible because you get, a high number of calls, plus you have access to all of the information we provide, and we're very attentive on that. You're able to really scale up your brand and actually get, the applicable steps to apply every single day. You're the man. I'm DMing you in a couple months. Absolutely. Definitely do so. All right, we're going to take one or two more questions. Talk about using a VPN and USA number for attracting a US audience. Yeah, that's definitely a touchy subject. TikTok definitely knows whether or not you're using a VPN. They can detect that with their actual app, which can limit a few factors and run risk for you, the best thing to do is like have somebody that's dedicated in whichever country you want to actually set up the accounts and run them. Do you recommend a default ad account or agency ad account? Well, if you're an agency, then you're going to want agency accounts to have multiple accounts. But you can also just have a default ad account if you're just running it for yourself. Awesome. So one more question. What do you feel is more important, email or SMS? Both are equally important. SMS has higher open rates for sure. I believe the industry average is like 96%. You don't quote me on that, but it's definitely a very high open rate. Emails are definitely super valuable. We're still sending out emails. We have clients sending out emails. The biggest drops and biggest sales days we've seen have come from SMS and emails. So both are equally important. Email is definitely one that, is focused on for being able to do big drops. But with SMS, if you have that exact same strategy you're applying for email, it can be absolutely massive. So definitely apply both strategies because you can have an email sequence that is mimicked similar to your SMS sequence. And people are less likely to opt out of SMS as they are to email. You ever think about starting a brand aside from Surge in your agency? We have considered it, but right now, no active plans as we are looking to launch a content house in Texas here, as well as expand the software business. We're actually about to relaunch Surge very soon as well. Chase, you have any suggestions on building SMS and email list? Absolutely. We were just talking about this. We had a student literally get a 5 million view video, 38,000 list subscribers. It's probably way higher now. We had other students do 80,000 on SMS. We had other students do 20,000 lists. So the biggest thing is organic. Build up a really large amount of engagement around the product without trying to sell it. They aren't trying to sell the product. They're making entertainment videos with the product in there. And naturally, people are asking, where can I buy this? Where can I get this? I want this now. And then they're responding in the comments, go to link in bio. Everybody's opting in because it's an email opt-in page. And you can have an absolute explosive list. And people aren't spending money, so they're more likely to opt in initially. But if you do the drop, you're going to have a very high conversion rate because they've likely been watching the videos for quite a while now, and they're expecting that the item's going to sell out. So they're going to hop in and make a decision because scarcity is now built into this. Hello, how are you? I wanted to ask you some questions if you could give me the opportunity. Absolutely. Feel free to ask your question. If our stream or live ends beforehand, feel free to DM me the word TikTok, and I'm happy to respond. Wonder how this recession will factor in. Yeah, certainly a good question. The recession can definitely have an impact on sales for sure. And, people start to retract and start to, really begin to put their mindset in saving and not spending as much. But ultimately, if the offers are great and you have an amazing brand and people are really committed to it, then you can still grow throughout that period. If I'm trying to start an agency, how do I get someone to create content? Yeah, definitely partner with somebody or look for getting influencers to do it for you. Creators. We now offer this service at our agency where we do influencer management. We'll actually reach out to the creators, write the scripts, and contact them to generate creatives for brands. Welcome, everyone who's just now tuning in. We're about to wrap this up. And thank you all so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Happy Friday. And if you haven't already, definitely make sure to check out the YouTube video that we just posted. It's going over Easy LA's journey with us and how he got to $250,000. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. And feel free to DM me the word TikTok if you have any additional questions. Cheers and bye, all. Insane knowledge course purchased. Awesome. Really appreciate that, Jay Sneaks. Love that.